How's everybody doing? I am going to bring someone who really doesn't need any introduction, but I'm going to say something anyway, because he's been into our station a lot. Everybody looks up to him, literally. Looks up. We're talking about you. Ed Cooley, of course, is homegrown. Born in Providence, I think one of 9 children, went to Central High School. He coaches this basketball team called Providence College Friars. Coach of the Year. I mean, I think you have been recognized, 4 times this week alone? Yeah, he gets very humble. He gets very humble, but you know what? He knows, you know how I am. He does. We're still good, right?
We're straight.
Okay. We're still straight. And you can read the rest about him in the program. I don't need to keep bragging about him because I could go on and then he has to leave and then we won't hear from him. And I think we do. Ed Cooley. Up to the podium.
How about little man with that? That should be the message of all time. That was big time. That was amazing. That was amazing. When I head to the Big East meetings, I'm going to go in and I'm going to start singing that. I'm down in Ponte Vedra, Florida. We leave on Sunday, and it'll be great because of the 11 coaches in the Big East, 7 black. Yeah. I'm really proud of it. Honestly, it's the most in college basketball of all the major conferences, and I think that's changed. Like, I'm so humbled to be here. I get really nervous in front of a lot of people. I do. You guys may think I'm joking, but I do. I'm just trying to do my job and trying to create change as much as we can, and the power of change, the power of belief, the power of dreaming big. He talked about Martin Luther's. I always tell our people, don't be afraid to dream big. I'm standing here on stage today as a part of change, being the first black coach in the history of Providence College men's basketball. As part of change. Standing here, being a graduate of Central High School, an incredible public school education that so many times people look down upon. We have our challenges in the public schools, yet there are many great minds and great people and innovative things that young men and women dream about. And so many times in our community, because we're considered less than, we're marginalized in a way where people look at us and say they can't do. I'm here to tell you we can do any goddamn thing we want. I truly believe in dreaming big. I remember being in Roger Williams Middle School walking on Prairie Avenue, say one day I want to be. Yet I also knew there were going to be obstacles that I'm going to have to overcome. And many of us look at what we don't have. Many of us, we look in the mirror and say, wow, can I do it? Will I do it? Am I going to have the opportunity to do it? I think when you embrace a challenge and you understand that it's going to be a challenge, when you climb that mountain and you do get to the top, you're still not there. You still have to have that inner drive to be the best that we can do. And again, we're facing a lot of different systemic racism. We're dealing with people who look at you when you walk in a room. They look at me as a basketball coach. That's just my job. Yes. That's just my job. That's not my person. My person, being from the state of Rhode Island, more importantly, the city of Providence, gives young men and women who were looked down upon, who said they couldn't, that they can too do it. Yeah. You can do it. You just got to believe. You got to take advantage of opportunity. You got to use public assistance. I talked about this before when I went to Washington Park Community Center, and I see my buddy Scott Pena, who's here today. I see the C-Rec here today. That family, those families helped raise me. They helped raise me, and I remember walking to Washington Park Community Center. And I remember standing in line to get that big-ass block of government cheese. Do I get another hand on government cheese? I honestly think we're still constipated from it. Right? We're still in the bathroom, right? But let me tell you something. That drove me more than any of you could imagine. That drove me to say, one day I'm not going to stand in this line. One day I'm going to give these things out. One day I want to give back. One day I just want to be something. I don't know what that was going to be, whether it be a teacher that I was really excited to do when I graduated from Stonehill College, being one of only 2 black men at that school, in the entire school. I was afraid. I was scared. I remember calling back home and Gloria said, "You're not coming back here. You eat too much. You got some free meals up there. You got a scholarship. Figure it out." Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. It's the best thing that ever happened to me. It taught me how to be different. It taught me it's okay to be different. It also opened up my eyes to my own biases. As I was sitting there in one of my first parties, I thought I was that dude. So that was at my first party. Right? That's the universal black hello. Right? You can be walking in Zimbabwe, you do that, they know exactly what you're saying. Right or wrong. Right? That is the universal hello. And I had this young man come up to me, and he touched my skin. Then he proceeded to touch my hair. I said, "Yo, bro, I'm from the project, I'm about to beat your ass. You can't just go up and touch me." Little did I know, I'm the first black person he ever met in his life in person. He was from Maine. He was about 6'5", but he wasn't tough. He wasn't tough emotionally, mentally. And he says to me, "Well, what's the problem?" I said, "First of all, you don't just go touch people, whether black, white, green, orange." But he says, "No, like, he had all these things that he thought black people do." I'm like, "Nah, man, you listening to the wrong things." I said, "I'm just like you. But only thing, you're paying for your education. I'm not." I'm not. Some 10 years later, I became the best man at his wedding. I became the godfather of his children. So you talk about when people doubt, educate them. When they have questions, have open, honest discussions about how real it actually is to walk in the streets and be different. Sit down, talk to them, and explain how hard it really is. I'll never forget driving through Johnston when I got out of college. I'll never forget this as long as I live. My wife, Nerese, was a former police officer here in the city. She lived on Prudence Street, I think the name of the street was. I think it was Prudence Street. And I got pulled over like 3 or 4 times. I just had bought my first brand new car, and again, I thought I was that dude. I had a 5-speed, didn't know how to drive, had a 5-speed. I got pulled over. I said, "Why do you keep pulling me over, man? I'm going right there. I'm going right there. See that house right there? By the way, I'm going to marry that woman now, but I'm going right there." Says, "Okay, I need to see your license and registration." I'm like, "Damn, why do I keep getting pulled over?" I knew why. And I said, "Sir, do me a favor. Don't just look at me because I have an okay car and I'm different than you." And I always have these conversations when police do pull me over, because their jobs are hard too. Not every police officer is a bad person. I don't sleep next to a bad person and she's a police officer. Amen. It's the ones who are not open-minded, the ones who have not been educated the right way, and the ones who use power as influence. They shouldn't do that at all. They shouldn't do that. So later on, I see this guy, the same police officer. I become the head coach of Providence College, and you would have thought he was my boy. "Hey, coach," you know what I told him? I killed him with kindness. I said, "Every time you pulled me over, I appreciated you. I appreciated you protecting our city. I appreciated you protecting the streets. What I didn't appreciate was how you judged. What I didn't appreciate was you just kind of profiling because you didn't think I belonged there." We belong where our feet are. We belong where our mind goes. That's where we belong. And as I educate our young men that we're recruiting, because it's all about changing lives. It's all about the power of dreaming big. When you're in your house and you're thinking there, Every day I wake up, I say it's an opportunity for me to do something for someone else, not for me. When you look in the mirror, it's not about you. It's about the reflection and the people that are in that mirror that you can change their life. Because we all got our struggles in here. We all got our struggles. Everybody in here, the governor, our congressmen, the mayors, everybody at this table. Terrell, good to see you. Pay attention over there while you're on your phone. Right? There you go, right? There you go. The BS in the corner over there. Got you. He was texting her, right? You gotta put him on blast, right? You gotta keep it real in this room. Every day I tell our players, you have an opportunity, if you're in a leadership position, to have influence, to make a change. And when you do that, your life is incredible. It's incredible when you can give back. Like, I walked in here late, so my daughter got home Sunday. The house was a mess Sunday night. She leaves today. She went to the safety school called Georgetown. She couldn't get into Providence. I don't like that. This is Friartown right here. Right? And she's headed to Ecuador this morning to give back to young men and women in a Latina country on gender identity. I'm so proud of my daughter because she wants to change lives. She wants to be there for women's rights, for black women's rights, for minority women's rights. And she did choose the right school to help her achieve that dream. So I did one thing right in my life, and that was educate her on not being afraid to be different. It's okay to be different. It's okay to be who you truly, truly are. And I can tell you, when I'm around the country and I'm around the world, and I've been blessed to do that for free, by the way, because of a bouncing ball. Education changed my life. 117 Sassafras changed my life. Warren changed my life. Elmer Street changed my life. Elmwood Avenue changed my life. It gave me an incredible perspective that now when I drive to East Greenwich, I do live in East Greenwich, I do. So I put myself on blast. I'm real, I moved to East Greenwich. And I still take my garbage out in my drawers. It's all right. Good morning, Coach. Good morning, everybody. Good to see you. Right. It is a dream that anything is possible. When I was with Coach Metz the other day, I'll never forget, he used to cuss me out like every 5 seconds when I played at Central High School. But I learned from him what he did in the community and how he served as a role model for us young men that didn't grow up with a traditional home. When you inspire young men and young women, anything is possible. This 12-year-old can sing about Black Lives Do Matter. That was amazing. You gave me hope today. You gave me hope today. I believe in hope every single day, and an acronym is help other people excel. When you do that, you just feel incredibly grateful. The ethos of my entire life is giving back on gratitude and appreciation. I'm not going to complain what I don't have. I'm not going to look backwards. I'm going to appreciate what happened, good or bad, but I'm going to stay in the present, and I want to be great today. I want to be better tomorrow, and I want to be a national champion this year. Yeah. I hate when somebody looks at our incredible state and says, you're small, you're this, you're that. You know what I tell them? Go to hell. I tell them we have one of the greatest, y'all think I'm lying, I'm not lying. We have oceanfront. We have diversity at the highest level. We have people who believe. We have great leadership. Left, right, don't matter. We are one when we're in our city and state. Because not everybody's going to agree all the time. And I like disagreeing with people because confrontation brings about solutions and solutions bring about answers. We're trying to win. We're not trying to be right. We're trying to help. We're not trying to be right. And everybody who wants to be wrong, those are the ones that never shut the hell up. Sometimes the best people in the room are the quietest people in the room because they have the greatest impact. There's a lot of influence in this room. And I hope all our dignitaries that are in this room, good morning, by the way, because I didn't welcome you. I appreciate the service you do for our men and women in our incredible state and our incredible city. Continue to help us because we need it. And everybody in here, don't be afraid to ask for help. If I didn't ask for help as a young man, I wouldn't be here today as a basketball coach. Ask for help. People want to help. They want to help. And if they say no, keep coming back. Ask again. Ask again. There's a way to get to yes. There's always a way to get to yes. Hell, I got married and I just kept begging and begging and begging. Eventually, I just begged. She said, hell yes. Right? Just like in recruiting. Okay, somebody may tell you no, but that next person, wait, there's somebody in line that wants greatness. I don't want to be good. To me, I don't want to be mediocre. I want to be great every damn day. And I think we all should strive to do that. And part of that greatness is giving back. Giving back to this incredible place. As I walk off of this, I am humbled to be here today, seriously. The fact that y'all asked me from Corinth Street, 14 Elmer Street, 117 Sassafras, 84 Leicester Street, apartment 2D.
There you go.
Okay? The fact that y'all asked me to come here to be part of this incredible energy and greatness in this room, y'all have no idea how humbling this is. You couldn't fathom it sitting in Miss Milano's class as a 9th grader, or Miss Kilkline's class as a 7th grader, or Miss Coleman's class at Sackett Street School as a 5th grader, or Miss Allison as a 2nd grader. That's how deep my roots are here. And every time you see all these jobs open up like, well, Ed's going here, Ed's going here, Ed's where I belong to be. The power of thank you goes a long way. And I tell our men this here. At Providence College, in the last 11 years, I've seen so much change happen. And the change has happened because it's colorful on campus. Very colorful from the time I walked in there. And we still got a long way to go, and we're getting there. I promise you, graduation is tomorrow. When I coach at the Dunkin' Donuts Center, and I'm from 2011 now to 2022, there is color in the building. I snuck into the Dunkin' Donuts Center as a young kid, hoping and dreaming that one day I can play there. I never knew in a million years I can give away 200 tickets a game to go to a game. I never thought that. So when you dream big and you really believe it, and it is in your DNA to be great, not good. And good is good. But greatness is something that's special. And we all have greatness in us. We just got to keep digging to work it out. And I tell our players, the more people say thank you to you, the more you're changing lives because you did something to help. I said, every day you look in the mirror and someone doesn't say thank you to you, you cheated yourself. So every day for us, thank you goes a long way. Thank you is so powerful because when people thank you, you want to do more. You want to give more. And everybody thinks giving is just in money. Giving could be in mentorship, time, just an appearance, just a hello, just a smile. Smile breaks down barriers. Everybody looks at black men in particular as like angry. You're goddamn right I'm angry. But there's also joy and love inside those angry bones. You just got to dig deep to find out who I am as a person. Everybody says, hello, coach. I'd love for somebody to say, hello, Ed. That's the person. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. As a fellow member of you, of our community, thank you for this opportunity to share such a great morning with you. I hope the rest of the day goes well, tomorrow's better, and next week we find our greatness. God bless you guys, and thank you.
Let's hear it from Ed from 2D. Ed from 2D. Let's hear it from him. Let's hear it from Ed from 2D. Coach Ed Cooley. We have something for him. Now, what many of you may know, may not know, this is my 12th year as president of the NAACP Providence Branch. My very first event, we have 2 events a year, was the breakfast in 2011, and Coach Cooley, Ed from 2D, was my keynote speaker at that. He's my very first speaker. And he also was an award winner. I forgot which year, but it was with Angie. The same year that Angie got her award, we gave her an award. So what do you give the guy that has everything? Give him another award. So I'm pleased to say that we have, at the NAACP Providence Branch, the oldest and the boldest, the biggest and the baddest civil rights organization in America. The Lifetime Achievement Award, Lifetime Achievement Award to Ed Cooley, Ed from 2D, for giving back so much to so many for so long. Signed, Jim Vincent, President, May 21st, 2022, year of our Lord. There's also a proclamation from David Cicilline as well, so I don't want to make sure.
Thank you, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Let's hear it again for Ed from 2D.